you can never be sure that if you're really good at something, you are the best at it at an IIT. Obviously, there are many things which I learned at IIT, inside the lecture halls and outside of your classrooms or lecture halls. Now, the main things which I learned were really not in the lectures or classrooms or your laboratories, but essentially with my friends at IIT, with my classmates at IIT. And those things which I have learned is something which cannot be taught, which cannot be transferred to you in any other way. And I perfectly remember that when I was preparing for the JEE entrance examination for the IIT, I read something in a newspaper. I will translate that from Hindi to English. It loosely means that if you do not go to IIT, you will never know what you are missing out. So that was something which moved me a lot, because it's kind of a very strange thing that if you don't get into IIT, you will not know what you're missing. And if you go to IIT, then you'll know what you would have missed. Now, this is something which you can think of it as FOMO, fear of missing out, or any of the modern lingo which you use these days. But to a 15-16-year-old kid, that was a very impactful line. And as those days I was preparing for IIT, and 24/7 I was thinking about IIT. That was my only thought during those 3 years, roughly 3 years. So obviously I attach a lot of importance to whatever I have got from IIT or whatever I have put in to get into IIT. Now let's just unpack a few things and let's just describe a few of the things which I really value, which I have learned at IIT. The first thing, the very first thing, but not really the most important thing, it just comes to my mind now, is that you can never be the best in anything in any IIT. If you think you are really good at something, there is definitely going to be another student, another IITian, or another professor for that matter, who is better than you in that particular field. Be it music, be it painting, be it coding, be it mathematics, be it statistics, be it chess, be it cricket, name whatever you want to, but you can never be sure that if you're really good at something, you are the best at it at an IIT. There is definitely going to be someone much better than you. That was my conception before going to an IIT, that I believed that I knew a lot about mythology and spirituality. But after going to IIT, I realized that I hardly know the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the knowledge in those areas. Now, my skill definitely is not something very specialized in any other field like mathematics or painting or dancing or things like those. So I really did not have a comparison on those dimensions. But I know people who were like national level people in their performing arts or paint or sports, and they have said these things, that you can never be the best at an IIT. There will be definitely someone going to be better than you, because there's a constant flux of people getting into IIT every year. The second thing which I learned was the power to choose your career. I know that a lot of people get into IIT or engineering colleges or other colleges just by peer pressure and pressure from parents. But once you get into an IIT, the kind of freedom it gives you, the kind of leverage it gives you, you are then free to choose your career. I have a lot of friends who have started doing various kinds of things like graphic designing, like stand-up comedy, like filmmaking, name whatever you want to. You must have heard of Biswa Sarkar, Biswa Kalyan Rath, and then TVF. Now these all people are somewhere related to me, because they were at IIT when I was at IIT. Vishwa Kalyan Rath was one of my batchmates, and I remember talking to him a couple of times, maybe less than that. I don't even remember. So that is something. I mean, you have the power to choose your career. That is something which is a very powerful thing. And I still remember that The career path which even I have taken is something which a lot of people would not try to take, because I have tried to do a local optimization of my career, and which is kind of sabotaging your career. That I could have done only because I studied at an IIT and had some kind of confidence that I would land some kind of a job, decent job, if not good enough also. Third thing which I learned at IIT is that IITians, most of them, are not really geniuses. They are people who have devoted a disproportionate amount of their time to JEE preparation, and that is why you see that result. So that gives you an idea that you don't need to be gifted to be at an IIT. You just need to give disproportionate amount of time. See, there's a equation called disproportionate time, labor, and then there's something called talent. Now there's a proper mix between them. Now if you are short on talent, give more time, give more disproportionate amount of time to your JEE preparation. If let's say you're very gifted, very talented, then your preparation time would not be that much required. But still, if you are preparing a lot, you are increasing your chances of getting into an IIT. And yes, the thing over here is people motivate you that get into IIT and your life is sorted. That is utter crap. It really never happens like that. You have to be constantly fighting and struggling, rather working all your life. Now that is a message which you need to take, and that is the message which even I took with me, that in life you do not have to think about small goals, that if I do well in 10, 12, then my engineering, my life is sorted. No, your life is never sorted. You have to be a very devoted and disciplined person, because your past success is never going to decide your 30 to 40 years of your life. It will give you a different trajectory, but even if you throw a ball at a trajectory, it will definitely fall at the ground after some amount of time, no matter how high it goes. But if you have to be always keep on going up and up, you have to go like a rocket. You have to fire up your gas continuously. You have to work continuously. So if I can sum the three things again for you, the first was that there is someone better than you in an IIT in whatever field you think you are very good at. Second thing is the power to choose your career. The third thing is the strive for learning never ends, and there is no way that disproportionate amount of effort goes in vain. You will always and always succeed in life if you give disproportionate amount of time to your practices. If you like this video and want to have more such videos, do like it, subscribe the channel, and also share with your friends.